lightweight and keep it from, not getting too thick or heavy. So that's one purpose for this. The other thing that it does is these little things act as like little sponges, and they will help retain the moisture that's in the soil. So I'll just pass it around, I guess, so you can check it out really close. Very lightweight, as you see. Along the same lines of keeping air and
Yeah, I'm good.
moisture and stuff like that. Perlite,
Bless you.
which, believe it or not, actually this came from a volcano. So just you can check that out.
Like stars,
Exactly. And that's stuff that you would mix in your soil if you're doing that. Going back to the watering, very important, get a sprayer. You'll be using this for spraying your seeds as one way of watering it. Also, we'll have another reason for it in one of my little experiments. You want to get a good one. Actually, you need some of these for later on in your garden anyway, because when you're doing some of the stuff for organic pest control and stuff like that, you'll notice that some of the products, the mixer amounts is always for a quart. Well, this is 32 ounces, which is a quart. So there you go. You basically just, put your mix in here and there you have it. Get a good one. Get one that has a good feel in your hand, and get one that has an adjustable nozzle on it. Get a good one. This is $3-4 at Walmart. Don't get the dollar store one.
I've had the dollar store ones and they're terrible. They break.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and so
That's why they're $1.
Yeah. Spend the extra buck or two and get a decent one. Containers, one of my themes, and here's another example of these are the bigger jiffies. Now you really wouldn't start seeds in here per se. You could, but these are mainly for stage 2, which is doing the transplanting. Hopefully we can get to the transplanting part. I'm trying to go through so we can really get to the fun stuff. Don't spend money when you don't have to. One of the themes that I have is repurposing and recycling. You're recycling these for stuff. So this is my Carrot Top act, where he has his stuff out of his box. Jason's Deli, beef. Guess what? You have 2 of them. And that reminds me, we're not going to do it today, but something you'll read about is there's actually 2 ways of planting your seeds. We're just going to do one of them. One of them requires a lot more skill than the other. You may have seen some books where they will actually put a bunch of seeds in one area. Then they get a little bigger, and then you got the wonderful chore of separating them, and then they would go into something, that size or bigger. I don't really do this. This is the smallest I'm getting. But, there's containers that you may already have that you don't think about. Containers for transplants. Don't spend money when you don't have to. Bottom of a milk carton. Salad mix. important thing, of course, when you do that, if you are doing your own, definitely make sure that it has holes in it. Of course, if you just reuse the ones that you may have bought from before, you know, it'll already have the holes in it, but you definitely want to put holes in it. This is again for the bigger transplants. Some people in the community garden, they just use these. Guess what? You can just write the information on the outside of them. So you got your containers. And if you're going to be using your own potting mix, you'll notice when you feel some of this, I guess I'll go ahead and take it around. This is just me, but I like to have it very finely sifted. I don't want big things in there. Why? Because some of these seeds that you see that you'll be planting, man, are they tiny. And guess what? They make it even worse because they're dark. So you're planting something dark in a dark soil. But regardless of that, I want to have something that's very finely, you know, screened and sifted. So this is the potting mix that we're going to be using. And if you are going to be doing that, by the way, that's another item that's on the list, is the little plastic container. Again, don't spend a lot of money. This was at the thrift store. An old box through the kitty box, you know. 95 cents. Oh, no, they marked it down to 45 cents. You know, you're not spending a lot of money. So, and these are for your mixing. So if you're going to sift your mix, I got lucky. I found this in one of the Salvation Army stores. I have no idea what it is. If you can find a plastic colander, you know, they work as well. This is my favorite, and I just use it so it's dirty. I actually make these, by the way, in my business. This is kind of an older one. The design is actually better than this. But this is basically just a little sifter that I use, and it's small enough to where, you know, you can get it inside your bin. And this is just what they call hardware cloth for chicken coops and stuff like that. And it's just a 1/4-inch stuff. That came out of a refrigerator, you know. You can use whatever type of labels you want. I love regular old popsicle sticks at the dollar store, craft stores, Michael's, whatever. You can also use, sometimes they come with the kits or whatever. I think these came with the burpee one, I think. These are regular plastic ones. And of course, you'll need, you know, a marker to do the marking on here. This isn't really totally important, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's kind of fun. I'm not selling it or advertising it. Sharpie has come out with the Sharpie pen. And of course, you got the regular ballpoint pens, and I'll get to that in a minute. If you use the felt ones, what's happening?
Bleeding.
Bleeding in the wood. Now, this is trivial. I just love these things because I'm anal. You know. Oh, but by the way, I forgot to warn you guys. If you're in the front, yeah, this is an interactive show.
It's like a Gallagher show.
It's just like, yeah, instead of watermelon junk hitting you, you're gonna get wet. So, yeah. and what's not happening here. Not bleeding. So,
Which one was that? The
this is the Sharpie.
Sharpie pen.
You can use whatever you want, but you definitely want to do this right when you're planting it. And
Dollar Tree is our friend.
What?
Dollar Tree